Hi Scorpio, this is going to be your Sun, Moon, and Rising video for August 2025. I have with me today the Radiant White deck, the La Vida Sibila for clarification should we need, and we will wrap the reading up with the Psychic Oracle Tarot. Okay? Let me get the camera turned around. I have done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and the message will not resonate with everyone. So I suggest you check back to your moon and rising sign videos. Also, you can also book a reading with me at HiddenLotusTarot.com. There's my web address right there. So let's get started with the reading. Hopefully, my camera is going to act right because it went out of focus. I don't know if it's too much light in here. I'm having a hard time adjusting to the light. So let me put another, that card wants to present itself. Another shuffle and rifle on a deck. This will be a 9-card spread. There might be too much light. So before I get started, let me go ahead and let me put a rifle and a cut, and then I'll come back. I'm gonna adjust the blinds for the lights because I think it's too bright. And let's do it again. Okay. I don't know what happened there. All right. Put a cut. And let me adjust the blinds because I think that's going to be too much light. Maybe that'll do it. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So we cut the cards. I've already did meditation and shuffling. This will be a 9-card spread. So let's turn over the first card that wanted to present itself. The 9 of Pentacles. I love that card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. The next card is the King of Pentacles. The Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune. The Hermit. The 5 of Pentacles. Next, last row, the 10 of Pentacles. The Justice. And the 9 of Cups. That's a strange reading. So let me, what is over the entire reading? What's the energy? The 8 of Pentacles. I tell you, this is either a financial issue or an issue about doing something. Maybe both. So what do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, which are spiritual lessons. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pentacles, and I have 1 cup. I have 2 9s, no, 3 9s, the 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the 9 of Cups. I have 2 10s, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Pentacles. So let me look at this because this is really kind of all over the place in terms of what it's saying maybe about money or doing things. I don't know. So give me a minute and let me look at the cards and see what story it's trying to tell me, because it's really strange. I don't know if you spend a lot of time alone. Let me put it that way. Maybe you feel like you're isolated, or you purposely spend time alone doing what you do. But here I have the Hermit, and the Hermit is about meditation, thought, contemplation. The Hermit is not only a student, he's a scholar. He's a teacher, because he has in his lamp the star, and the star represents hopes and dreams and healing. And he is standing stock still on a mountaintop in contemplation, looking. He has a staff for support. But what it really implies is that you can also tell people what you learned when you have been in this energy. People can come to you and say, "What do you learn, Hermit?" And you can say, "This is what happened to me. This is the way I handle it." That's why he is a teacher and a scholar. But he represents being isolated, either on purpose or feeling that way. And the warning is not to become too isolated. Okay? But I have 3 nines. So start at cards are at past, present, future. Past, present, future with the interplay of the cards. And the 9 of coins is about having worked for a long time and having something to show for it. You have ignored all the distractions, put your nose to the grindstone, and worked really hard for what you have accumulated. See how she's standing in her garden in her finest robe, and she has grapevine behind her. It takes a lot of time to grow grapes. It needs the right soil, the right attitude, the right altitude, the right air, the right kind of water. It takes a long time to grow and produce. Let's put it like that. And so she has a snail at her foot. This always implies to me that there may be some kind of move in business, like a office move or house move, because I only know a few animals that carry their homes on their back. But it implies slow and steady wins the race. It also says you may be receive an inheritance. I don't know. And next we come over to the King of Coins. He can be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. He's usually by profession can be a banker, a loan officer, a money market manager, an accountant. He owns a lot of property and businesses. Not a lot. He owns successful businesses and property, but he didn't get it by someone didn't give it to him. He worked hard for it, and he gives good business advice. It can even be about a loan officer. I think I said that. But in this case, no matter whether you're male or female, you can be a King of Pentacles in the sense that you are handling your own business or own finances. Here we have the Chariot. And the Chariot card is a 7. And 7s always represent a moment to stop and pause, think about what's going to come next. You know that chariots were war vehicles, so it was not an easy ride. It was a dusty, bumpy ride, but eventually, if you can control your horses, you got to where you want to go. And this, it represents Cancer, so it might have to do with home, family, or what you consider a home and family, city, state, country. It implies that you have to control your emotions, balance out the dark side with the light side, and you can get where you want to go. So don't allow sentiment or soft feelings to get in the way of where you're trying to go. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions to get where you want to go. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Okay? And then we come to the Wheel of Fortune. It's a 10. And all 10s represent a change in direction of some sort. And the Wheel of Fortune says you have to take the good with the bad. You have to realize that life is full of ups and downs. So when you're down, the only way to go back is back up. And when you're up real high, sometimes you're going to go down real low. So always be kind to the people you meet when you're down, because you meet them on the same way going back up. Be nice. It also implies that there could be some kind of travel, particularly here with the Chariot card. Usually I like to see the world come out, but this says fortune is gonna, change is gonna come. And no matter what you do, it's gonna affect you. So the way that you can put yourself in a position where you're not too perturbed by the ups and downs is fix yourself in the center of the wheel. Because I see a change coming over here. We have the 5 of coins. 5s are always changing numbers. They represent terse, tense energy. And this says that you may be feeling as though you don't have enough money to take care of yourself or your physical needs. It may be you may have lost a job or will lose a job. And in this sense, your standard of living goes down, so you feel as though, you know, everything is going wrong for you. I think you may feel like you've been left out in the cold in some way. Look at the card. I don't know if you have someone that you are taking care of who might be handicapped or disabled in some way. But it says, do not give up because you're about to achieve something that you never thought possible. And to look around in your environment, because there are 5 things that you can do that will help. Maybe you might go to a church, an aid organization, or something like that. There's 5 things that you can do, but you're walking past them. You're so caught up in what's happening to you, you're not paying attention to your environment. And suddenly we jump up to the 10 of Pentacles. This damn camera. Suddenly we jump up to the 10 of Pentacles. There it is. And the 10 of Pentacles implies 2 things to me. It can represent family finances, like a family business where multi-generational funds go through the family's hands. Everybody plays the part that they know they're supposed to play, and thereby they prosper. Look at the card. See, there's a woman, a man, an old man, a baby. Wait, I can't. Old man, a baby, dogs. The camera won't. There, you can see. And it implies a group of people who are comfortable with each other. But sometimes the 10 of coins reminds me of somebody maybe wanting to retire, or they have reached the zenith of their career. Because, you know, not all of us have family members, but we may have worked a long time where the people that we work with feel like family. So there's, you know, you work together closely, everybody pulls away, and you all make money. But sometimes the card looks like, to me, it appears when somebody wants to retire, or they have, you know, they've reached the pinnacle of their career and are now ready to retire. A card also implies that there is family money to be passed down. In the family sense, maybe this is about your 401k, your stock portfolio, your whatever you have towards your retirement. And then we have the justice card, which is a 11. 11 is a master number. It's a perfect number, so it needs there is no translation for it. But justice implies either that there is a legal issue coming up, or that you are to use all your reason and logic and weigh up the pros and cons of a situation, and then make a decision. Remember, justice is supposed to be blind and fair and balanced. Even if you feel as though you may have gotten the short end of the stick, justice says it's a karmic card. So justice says it's fair, no matter how the outcome is. And even if you lose a legal issue, that's the way it's supposed to be. And you can now move on and do something else with your life and stop dwelling on the past. And finally, we come to the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups never tells me anything. It simply says it's a wish card. That's all it says. It tells me nothing. And you will get your wish. But you have to remember, be careful what you wish for. Okay? And over here, the overall energy is the 8 of coins. 8s are the karmic numbers. They represent money and finances. And in this card, the person is literally making money. Maybe you are an artist or artisan or craftsman or something. Maybe you were thinking about retiring and doing that. But this person says, I feel like you may have to start over and learn something new, but you do it quite happily. It's like an internship. Okay? It requires a perfection, craftsmanship, learning new skills, or doing something skillfully and tactfully. So only card I can't look at is this King of Pentacles, because he represents traditionally a person. So what kind of look at? I can look at the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups as they relate to the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, and Justice. Okay? I can get more messages out of the cards. I don't feel that there's anything that you should be worried about. This may be kind of a scary time financially for you. That's all I see. And this card says, if you feel that way, don't give up your hope. This can be like a dark night of the soul. The card says, don't give up, because things are going to turn around quickly. Let me look at the Nine of Pentacles. This is definitely a financial spread. Let me see. The Nine of Pentacles. With any number 10 cards, I have 2 10 cards here. The Nine of Pentacles, with any 10 of any suit, it is an indication of travel, journeys, short trips, and vacations. That's what I said. The Five of Pentacles, and maybe this is a warning to you to not spend so much money on your vacation. The Five of Pentacles next to the Nine of Cups signifies that plans are coming together and success is on the way. It may also depict monetary gain. Appearing next to the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles signifies good luck and possibly an inheritance or some sort of gain or influx of money. That's what I'm saying. These two cards represent an inheritance. The Ten of Pentacles doesn't tell me anything. So now I move to the Nine of Cups. That never tells me anything. I will look anyway, just in case. Nothing but 3 nines, 1, 2, 3, imply a good luck and or a surprise windfall. So it's still talking about money of some sort. Let me look at the 2 tens right here, the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles. Suggests a career change for the better. And I'm going to look at the, I think there's a meaning when the Nine of Cups appears with the Wheel of Fortune. I just want to check and make sure. They don't often, I don't often have a, it indicates a new direction and unexpected change of luck, and asks that you adapt to different circumstances. Just, that's by itself. There's no meaning with the Nine of Cups. I just wanted to check. So I don't see any reason to pull a Sibila card on this, because it looks just like it says a change in fortune and change for good, either a career change or inheritance or some kind of surprise windfall. So let's pull a Psychic Oracle Tarot to wrap the reading up. These cards are so thick, they're hard to. Okay. This damn thing. So let's pull a card and see what it says. Truth. I think that's, I'm not sure. It looks like justice, but it's not justice. I think it's judgment. It's judgment. So judgment with this card can imply, justice and judgment together can imply, it definitely wants you to use all your reason, because you have much experience that you have gained throughout life to make a decision based for yourself, the best decision by weighing up the pros and cons and making a firm decision on what you want to do with your life. But it sometimes can represent a court case. Like it can be a settlement, it can be a will wed, it can be a payout, it can be anything. So it says the qualities of this card illustrate spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show you how far you need to go. This card comes forth to do that. Evaluation of the past along with the lessons that you've learned or still need to understand must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive, accept, and heal so that you can move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The Truth card reminds you that significant change must be made in a certain area of your life. but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Using the powers of the universe and blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing about clarity and a shift of awareness. What was not once obvious will now be realized and understood. Be honest with yourself and trust what you know to be true. And that's what I have for you, Scorpio. That's a great reading. And thank you for allowing me to bring it to you. Until next time.